I'm not sure if Jeff is dropping more heat tonight. He might be dropping more, okay? Because we didn't get Luke. I feel like, man, I really feel like he might be dropping Luke right after this. Damn it, bro. I swear I'm gonna upload this video and bro's gonna drop Luke. I know it. I can feel it in my bones. Okay. Luke Skipson got done more dirty than any gacha character that I have ever seen by far in my tenure in covering this space. Luke literally got bent over by Kudo Games raw with no Vaseline. He was put in the worst possible positioning for banner scheduling known to mankind. And if that wasn't enough, they then did not even leak his kit the way they did Amieth. And that is such a deafening silence that is so audibly loud. You know what I mean? Like, not showing Luke's kit is such a loud message. It's like, yeah, guys, we blew all our budget and all our resources on Amieth. We're not going to show Luke in the same vein, in the same footage, and let Jeff Keighley present that to y'all because, well, that'd be like showing a 4'1" guy next to Shaquille O'Neal. You know what I'm saying? It's like they essentially would have put Luke in the shadow of the Exo Strider. Can you imagine how big the shadow of the Exo Strider is? Luke's cooked. There's just no other way around it. And I want to get into all the facets on how he is actually cooked. The thing is, we know the budget's not going to be there for him. We know the resources, not from Kudo, but from the players, aren't going to be there to pull him. Now, there's people, of course, who are fanboys of Luke. There's fans of Luke, but you are the minority. That is a fact. I don't say that as like to be a dick. It's literally, you're going to be such a small, minute group. Everybody else is going to spam Amieth pulls, and they're already prepping for it, probably with Lene and Mournier. Like, this is the thing about Amieth and the whole Toon Break marketing ploy here. It's all catered around that girl. Like it's like just the thought of it. It's like, secure her, and I need to make sure I got all my little toys to make her that prized possession, to make her perfect. You see what I'm saying? And so it's like, when I look at this, I'm just like, man, the first thing that comes to my mind is we only, and I mean this is a fact, this is objective. After Luke comes out, in totality for limited banner characters, we will have only had 5 male characters versus 23 female characters. So these male characters aren't dime a dozen. They're very much a unicorn when they come around. And when they come around and you put them in the literal worst possible positions, it's like male characters are premeditated, placed in positions to fail, essentially. Now, you know what's funny about this is this wasn't always the case. I remember when we had Gion as the anchor. First of all, anchor spot is such a good spot to be in. Gion was not cucked. He was put in a great spot. And then the next male character was Xiang Liao, who was given to you for free. So he just scratched that out. Doesn't matter. Then we had Brant. Brant was actually placed in a beautiful positioning. Brant was placed in between Peeb and Cantarella, and before Peeb was Rochia. So Brant was probably the perfect case study of what a male character can do. And what's funny is Brant's design to me was a 10 out of 10, and his gameplay was amazing too. They didn't really for that moment in time, what he was doing was fun, quirky, and different. And, the anchor coming down on your head and stuff, the whistle in the air. I think they cooked incredibly hard with Brant. I don't know what the fuck his cells were, but I don't think they would have been that great. I don't think they were, because after Brant, it all goes downhill. After Brant, we never see another male character again until Chu Yen. I don't know if you pronounced that correctly. And Chu Yen, guess what? He's put in a position not as bad, nowhere near as bad as Luke, but it's pretty damn bad. He's put in a position where it's Augusta into Yuno into Galbrina. Another trifecta, because guess what? Luke, it's Lene into Mournier into Amieth. And then there's Luke. Chu Yen, Augusta into Yuno into Galbrina. And to make matters worse, he needs Galbrina for his kit to even be optimal. No Galbrina, not optimal. He's not a main DPS, even though he's a wandering long swordsman. And then the crazy thing about him is they didn't his animation budget was not cucked. His animation budget is fucking amazing. It's one of the best visual and animated gameplay, concepts and visual designs that I've seen in wuwa. I think Chu Yen's literal gameplay in terms of visuals and animations, probably a 9 to 9.5 out of 10. I'd say a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. 8.5 at the least. They cooked hard with it, but the problem is he's not a main DPS, and they made him incredibly niche by attaching him to the hip of a Galbrina with Furlova as a alternative, but mostly everybody is, let's just face it, he's running with the Galbrina. And so here we are now with Luke. We finally have our main DPS male character for the first time since Xiong Liao. God damn, that's been a long time, boys. This is exciting for a lot of male character enjoyers, right? And where did they put him? Next to Amieth. Now, here's a funny thing, and you're going to laugh at this. The funniest thing about all of this is when you look at 2.0, let's pull up 2.0, guys, because you're going to get a big kick out of this one. 2.0, this was the characters that got marketed when 2.0 came out, right here. Right now, you want to know what's interesting about this is all of these characters actually came out almost in perfection subsequently to how they were presented. Check this out. If we come over here to the banner, you'll see Carlotta, Rochia, Peep, Brant, and then you'll see Zani, right? Kartathea came after them. Let's go ahead and zoom in on this. See, Kartathea came up here after a Shakona, which means the people they marketed, they actually came out. However, when you look at the marketing for 3.0, we got Lene, we got Mornier, and then Amieth just cut in and said, bitch, move out the way. Whoever you thought was going to be next, I'm next. They put her way early. And here's the funny thing. I told people, I remember saying this, I don't have a problem with Amieth coming in 3.1. There's no problem with it. Until I realized they put her next to Luke. I'm like, wait, what? Okay, hold on. Now that I'm thinking about it now, she objectively came too early. If you look at this, if you look at the drip marketing, she objectively came too early. Look at this. There's no Amieth right here. Right now, you could say, oh, surprise. But when we go based off of what we did in the past, she most certainly was supposed to come after all of these characters came out. So fine, they put her in 3.1. But out of all these characters, you could have chose Sigrika, you could have chose Lucia. You put her next to the one dude who is a unicorn in this game and say, yeah, put her next to him. Fuck that guy. Kudo hates men at this point, boys. I'm just going to say it. Kudo hates their own male characters that they design. These male characters are treated as filler. They're treated as sloppy seconds. They're treated as sloppy seconds. At this point, male characters are no longer failing because of male characters. They're now failing because Kudo puts them in the worst possible predicaments to be shit on in terms of being pulled on. It just, and you want to know what's crazy about Luke? He's put on the second half. You know, the crazy thing about the second half, right, is you have time to wait for the 3.2 live stream, the subsequent live stream, to then show off its characters. And so people are going to hold their pulls, even if they did by somehow, some way, had enough resources to squeeze and pull and secure a Luke. They're actually going to wait for 3.2, and they're going to be like, oh, they might want their Lucille, they might want their Sigrika, but they might get a fucking teaser for the Cyberpunk Edge Runners collab. And if that teaser comes in 3.2, this guy is dead he is dead on arrival, bro. That's actually impossible because it takes a little bit of time during his banner for that to be announced. But bro's just cooked in all facets, man. Now, God forbid his animations aren't even a quarter of Amieth's budget and resources. I hope in the best case scenario that Luke's animations are at least half as good as Amieth's. Chances are slim, but a man can hope and have faith. But I'm gonna be real, even if they were, it's looking like me, who I really wanted to pull on him. I'm probably just gonna skip. I'm gonna be real. The reason I'm gonna skip is because I'm a big advocate of not giving these gacha companies way too much money. In fact, I was saying I was gonna get Mornier's weapon, but you don't even need her fucking weapon. You really don't. But I was saying I was gonna get it. Then again, I got Mornier to pick up. Then I got Amieth to pick up, and I might want Amieth's weapon more than Mornier's. You know what I mean? And so there's no getting around it. I'm probably gonna have to spend $100. I haven't spent like real money on this game, apart from Battle Pass and like monthly login, in a very long time. I've been winning my 50-50s. But I don't believe in giving these gacha companies too much money because the games are overpriced, right? And so the reality of it is, he is the easiest goddamn skip on planet Earth. He would have to have a fucking Dracula meets Alucard gameplay design for me to pull on him, and I doubt that will be the case. And even if it somehow was, the animations are probably going to be like Lupa's. Remember Lupa after Cartathea? Her animations were they are actually incredibly mid. She's fun to play in her fusion comp, but she's incredibly mid in terms of the animation department. She just got a fat old donk. You know what I'm saying? She got a whole DLC back there, brother. And she had one of the best personalities in the entirety of Wuthering Waves and one of the best facial expressions and smiles. That girl she was carried by her story. I'll be real. Maybe that can be the case for Luke. I don't know. But I think even outside of myself, most people are probably just going to ultimately end up skipping them. Now, there is the biggest amount of cope that could possibly occur, and that is people are thinking maybe they give them for free. There's just not a reason for them to give them for free. But if you ask me, I think the way that they treat their male characters, I think going forward, since we only see one of them per year, if you're lucky too, brother, you should just give all male characters for free, Kudo, at this point. I'm gonna be real. You should just give them for free, because the way you be doing these motherfuckers, you be doing them dirty. You be doing them the way we did Devil May Cry 2. Everybody hated Devil May Cry 2. That shit was ass, okay? You be doing them the way Genshin Impact did the Horizon Zero Dawn character. You be doing them the way HSR did that Fate collab, brother. Dirty, okay? That's gonna wrap it up, man. You guys comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. It's just, it's such a travesty when I see what's happening to Luke and how it's happening to Luke, because I know brother man is just so diabolically cooked.